Hello everyone. Today we will learn how to multiply 2-digit by 2-digit. And to show you the steps of multiplying 2-digit by 2-digit, I'm going to go through a couple of problems with you. The first one will be 35 times 24. So if you notice, this is a 2-digit number. I've got 2 digits here, 3 and 5, and this is also a 2-digit number. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is rewrite them in stacked form. That is, line the numbers up by place value. And I'll show you how to do that. So I've got 35 here. This is my ones house, 5. And this is my tens house, 3. When I'm writing 24, this is how I'm going to write 4 goes in my ones house right under 5, and 2 is in my tens house, so I'm going to write it under the number 3. Once we are done with stacking the numbers up properly, we will draw our answer line and we'll put our times symbol so that we don't forget that we are multiplying. The first thing that we need to do is multiply 4 by each top digit, and then we will multiply 2 by each top digit. So let's ignore the number 2 first, okay, because right now I want to focus on the number 4. So basically it's 35 times 4. 4 times 5 is 20. I will write down 0 in the ones house and carry our 2 to the tens house, which is also called regrouping. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12. Don't forget to add the carry 2. It will give us 14. We write 4 in the tens house and 1 we will regroup in the 10 hundreds house. We have nothing in the hundreds house. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. We are done with 35 times 4, and this is the product of it, answer of it. Now we will move on to 35 times 20. And before we do that, we will try to cross out the number 4, showing that we are done. Cross out all the carries so that we don't get confused when we are multiplying 35 by 2. Before you multiply the top numbers by 2, go on to the next line, add a 0 first. The reason why we added 0 is because 2 in 24 has the value 20, because 2 is in the tens house. So this is 20 and this 0 represents that. Now let's start multiplying. 2 times 5 is 10. 0 will come here and 1 will be your carry. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Now 35 times 20 is 700. To get the total product of 35 times 24, we just need to add these two answers together. 0 plus 0 is 0, 4 plus 0 is 4, and 7 plus 1 is 8. If you notice, all my numbers are lined up according to its place value. So the product of 35 by 24 is 840. I'll show you another example now. 62 times 15. Let's do this one. Again, stack the numbers by making sure that you are lining up the numbers by place value. So this is my ones house. This is my tens house. 6 is in my tens house. In the second number, 5 goes in my ones house. So right under 2, and 1 goes in my tens house, so I'll write it down right under the number 6. Draw your answer line and your multiplication symbol. Let's ignore the number 1 first because we want to multiply 62 by 5 first. 5 times 2 is 10, so 0 goes in my 1's house and 1 we will carry into the 10's house. 5 times 6 is 30. Don't forget to add the carry which is 31. So 1 goes in the tens house and will carry our 3 to the hundreds house. We have nothing in the hundreds house. So 5 times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. Now that we are done with multiplying the top digit by 5, we are going to cross out 5 and we are going to cross out all the carries so that we don't get confused when we are multiplying 62 times 10 or 1. Okay, now we can start multiplying 62 times 10 because this is in the tens house. To represent that, we are going to add a 0 to our next line. Now let's multiply 1 times 2 is 2, no carries. 1 times 6 is 6, no carry, and we are done. So 62 times 5 is 310 and 62 times 10 is 620. Now to get the product of 62 times 15, we just need to add these answers together. Now notice all my numbers are aligned properly. 0 plus 0 is 0, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 6 is 9. So the product of 62 times 15 is 930. Now try doing these two problems for me. 23 times 36 and let's do 45 times 72. The first step will be stack the numbers properly, and this is how I'm going to stack my numbers properly. Draw your answer line, write your multiplication symbol. 23 times 6, the answer will come in this line, and 23 times 3, the answer will come in the next line, and do not forget to add a 0 when you're doing that. Do the same thing. 45 times 72, stack the numbers up. So 2 goes in the 1's house, 7 goes in the 10's house, your answer line, your symbol, and then you ignore the first 7, multiply 45 times 2 and write down the answer in this line, and then you will ignore the number 2 and you will cross out all the carries as well, and then you will multiply 45 times 7 in the second line after you add a 0 because the 7 has the value of 70. And then once you're done with that, you will add both the numbers together just like the previous one. Thank you for listening.